My name's Jose Miguel Morales III, Sergeant First Class, retired as of 2019, May 30th. I was in the Army, Special Forces, with 7th Group out of Florida on June 17, 2017, in Afghanistan, in Kunduz. We were in like up-armored SUVs, and an RPG was fired, and we were in, they're ballistic vehicles, but it broke through the seal of the windshield, and I was sitting in the back seat behind the driver, and it split the driver and the TC, or the person sitting in the front seat, and the back, like the trunk areas are like armored. So it hit the armor right next to my head, and that's where it exploded, shattered a little over 30% of my skull, so this is all titanium. And I kind of blacked out there, woke up a couple times en route. I'm still very positive about all of it, because I was paralyzed on my left side for a few months into it. I was in a coma for about 45 days, and then coming out of the coma, well, when I was in the coma, they were telling my parents I was going to be brain dead. And then when I came out, I wasn't, but I was paralyzed, and they're like, okay, well, this is life now. And then a couple months later, my toes started moving, and it went fairly fast after that, and I started moving around on a walker. And they're like, okay, well, now he needs assistance for the rest of his life. This is where it will be. And then it progressed, and obviously I'm moving around. And so, I mean, I'm still very positive, and nothing is ever, it's going to be this way forever. So my little brother, he's a SEAL with a special mission unit, and he was in Africa because I was supposed to die. So I was in Afghanistan for about a day and a half, and then they flew me to Germany because that's where you go. And they were afraid to move me because the altitude and my brain swelling was so bad that they flew him from where he was in Africa to me in Germany, because my parents were like, I'm getting on a plane, I don't care. And they were like, no. And my brother stayed with me until I got to Walter Reed. That's where they all kind of linked up. Through this, or through my injury, I mean, I've been golfing with my old man because I have 2 younger brothers and then my old man, and so we had a foursome. So we played golf, never really crazy seriously, but we just played, and he really enjoyed it, so it was more for fun. But coming out of it, with some of the problems with the brain injury, my memory, and some other things, or like, anger and agitation. So what golf does is you can channelize a lot of that. And if you do the same thing every time in golf, you get the desired result. It's you doing something that is creating the result you do not want. So it's a really good routine and memory exercise when it comes to especially brain injuries, where you're just relearning to tie your shoes or anything like that. So it's been a massive part of mine. And I've been at some other foundations, gone to Ireland and done some other things, and it's been very positive. For me, right when I retired, I had to get away from 7th Group, which is in Destin, Florida, and because it was really difficult being around the unit. And then as soon as I moved, I found how difficult it was kind of not being around it anymore. But I couldn't be around them when they were getting ready to do stuff, and I wasn't a part of it. But then it's a grass is always greener kind of thing. But to be here and with other folks that have had similar experiences, and it's good to be around, because even where I live in San Antonio, you'd think it'd be a lot, but it's not. So that is positive. And then really I want a coin, because I have a very extensive coin collection, and I'm hoping to get a Mr. Bush's coin. So that is the second, that's my little nugget. So the first year out, other special operations folks and myself, it was a SEAL that I had met through some things, and he owned a company where we teach police and military units, a lot of Air Force, and then JSOCs, like support guys, but just basic pistol, rifle stuff. But when we were teaching police officers, a lot of their stories resonated with me, and it was during COVID where I reached out to my brain surgeon to see if, I'm like, can I do this? Because I feel able, and I feel like I can do it the right way, ethically and morally. And so I became a police officer. It'll be a year and some change here pretty recently. And my faith is a big part of my life, and I feel able, so I want to give that. And your experiences throughout life shape you for other things that you can't see, and I believe I've been put in this position to do this. Not that I'm the best cop in the world, but I feel capable and able and really enjoy the job.